talk to everybody this morning about good fathers with financial hardships from child support, arrearages, and parental alienation. So if you want to join the discussion, tap in. I got the panel open. Want to speak to everybody about this and discuss on air the solution to the problem. So if you're just now tapping in, make sure you come to the panel if you got something you want to add to it. You know what I mean? It might be some good fathers out there today who might need to vent. I would love to hear from you, brothers. Find out what's going on your mind. Again, today's topic: good fathers with financial hardships from child support, arrearages, and parental alienation. I put P, alienated. So if you don't know what that is and you're just now tapping in, I'm talking about parental alienation between the mother not giving the good father the due diligence to be able to visit their child and have an even amount of visitation with the child. You know, some women just go ahead and take over, the whole child custody thing. They like, well, you're not going to see your daughter. We're talking about that type of stuff today. So this topic today is for good fathers with financial hardships from child support, arrearages, and parental alienation. I want to shout out to the queen that's listening in the listeners queue. Shout out to Queen 0620. You know what I mean? And for those who just now tapping in, just bear with me because we got some stuff we're going to talk about, that don't get discussed on a regular, you know. And I'm only speaking about child support today because this is a topic that gets swept under the rug because once you're on child support, it seems like the stigma is you're a bad dad or you're a deadbeat father. You know what I mean? So today, hopefully, we could change that stigma and work on solutions on how we can help these good fathers out. The relationship is dissolved between them and their former lover, and they just want to raise their kids. They just want to be able to support their kids equally. And in my opinion, I think that if you do have a father that's involved in the children's life, and you know that the father goes hard for the children, and he shows up for them, try to meet him halfway because it's really about the children. You know what I'm saying? It's in the best interest of the children that both parents be able to communicate amicably. If there's anybody out there right now that want to tap in or come to the panel or got something they want to say, I don't know all the thoughts of the women out there. I would love to hear from you ladies and why it's not equal parenting time shared. And we can't just say that it's because he don't want to see his kids. We don't want to hear that today. We want to see why some women are so bitter to enough to use the children against the father. You know what I'm saying? So, if you got anything you want to say, go ahead, drop me a message. I'm going to get it on. And again, if it's your first time trying to find out who I am, it's First Fam Chill from First Fam Radio. FirstFamRadio.com is the website. You can get everything about First Fam Radio there. And you can also find these podcasts, maybe even this episode here on the website. So let me know what's on your mind. It's just people going through it every day of the week as a parent that's not getting to see their children as they would love to see their children, on the regular. Like I said, it's a bunch of scenarios going on out here in the real world where there are women that are using child support just to control visitation and just it's a reaction to bitterness. It's like, you know what, I'm so bitter that he left me and I didn't do my part that I'm going to use the children against them. And they may, and some of you women may not mean to use them, but that's what you're doing when you do that. We got a message from Ashley. Let's see what you got to say, Ash.
Well, you know me, and you know I don't really do the whole child support situation. I feel that the only way to really handle things as a mature person and a responsible person is to handle it within each other instead of getting like, the law, the state of wherever you're from involved in that particular situation. But when it comes down to child support, I feel that some women use it as some kind of punishment for a man, and some women use it because they actually need it. They actually need financial assistance, and that's the only way that they could get it from their partner that they had a child with, whatever the case may be. When it comes down to parental,
And I think we lost you right there on the parental alienation part, but I would love to hear the conclusion of that. Um, I agree with you. Um, there are some women who really need it. And if you're one of the women out there, and I'm not saying you actually, I'm just saying women in general, if you're one of the women out there who actually needs the child support, for a different situation where you really do have a deadbeat, or you really do have somebody who really doesn't care for the child, then by any means and all means, do what you must do. But be mindful in what you're doing, the repercussions that come along with that. You know what I mean? For the ones that are out there just doing it just pure out of bitterness, I mean, I should say that, reverse that. You should be mindful what you're doing, because it does not, uh, it's not in the best interest of the child, because it could cause issues later on. It's not giving the father, um, the equal respect that you would get. If you're talking about the father, or if the father's talking about the mothers, you're not really getting anywhere. And trying to deliver what's the best interest for the child. Got a message. Just to conclusion, Ashley. Thank you. Let's see what you got to say.
when it comes down to the parental alienation, since the woman got the state of wherever you're from involved, I feel that the father needs to get the state of wherever they're from involved. Meaning that you're going to go to the state and you're going to say, she's withholding the child from me, and I want to see my child, and I want it to be mandated in the court that this is the time frame I want to see the child, and set up a schedule, and that she has to follow by law, period. Because a lot of women use their children as some kind of punishment. If I was able to have someone help me, I would give my child up every weekend. Okay? But some women, they feel it's some kind of punishment. They're goofy to me.
Thank you for that, Ashley. I agree wholeheartedly that there are some goofy ones out there where, and I just want to say this, and this for the ones out there doing that. If you have a man that you were dealing with, or you was in a relationship with, that you didn't do right by, or you mistreated him, or you wasn't in love with him, or whatever, he was just temporary, he was a side, whatever the issue is, you don't get back at nobody by putting them on child support, and you know that they're actively in that child's life. You know that it's a man out there actively doing what he got to do to provide for his children, because he loves his children. He puts everything on the line for them. But you're going to put some sort of punishment because he made the decision to leave your ass. He made the decision to avoid domestic violence against your ass. And he just wanted to move on and say, hey, I want to take care of my kids. Nothing to do with you, but I just want to be there for my babies. I don't care who you date. I don't care who you seeing. All I want to do is amicably be able to get along with you for my children, and you just give him the hard way to go. That's not cool. And there's a lot of men going through this right now out there. You know what I mean? I did a show about this weeks ago, and we heard um, different points of views, and not one time have we heard from a woman that's out there, you know, who was using it and just had to change her heart and say, you know what? The courts don't care about the families as the person that's going to court. You're going to court because you need help. Fine, I understand. Do what you must do as a woman to take care of that child. But for the men out there, and that's going through it with the goofy women out here who are just putting people on child support, and she want to be able to try to regulate, control your life. Hey, we talking to you. There's some good fathers out there with financial hardships coming from being on child support and having arrearages and being parental alienated against by their former lover, and it's fucked up. It really is, because it's women out there that could be bitter, and they just want to come on in and turn it into a whole nother thing. So let's just keep it real. You know what I mean? If you have anything you want to, say in regards to, or you may know some good fathers that got financial hardships from child support, and their baby mom is just being as goofy as Queen said in the listener queue. Come on, this ain't the time to be goofy, especially if you got a real stand-up father in your children's life, and you giving him a hard way to go for what? Yep. This is a cue from.
It's a shame.
I think you was cut off, Tierra, but we listening to you whenever you're ready. You're right. We do have to pick the women's better, and the women have to pick better men. It's a hand-to-hand thing. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not pointing the finger at women. I ain't bashing women, but the women that's out here being goofy, stop being goofy to the real ones, man. If you got a real one, try to work it out with him. If y'all can't be together, try to be his best friend. Like, you know what? I had a kid with this motherfucker right here, and he does right by me and the kids. And when we were together, he done right by me and the kids. So we might not see eye to eye on, he might be a cheater or whatever, but I know he do right by my kids and me if we was together on that part. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to messages again. We got
But let's be honest, some people don't show their true colors of who they really are until they're deep in. Like, you're probably deep into the relationship, and then the next thing you know, they want to show their true colors. Or it could be the factor that some people don't pay attention to the red flags that's right in front of their face because they're clouded by the infatuation of, so quote unquote, love, that they feel that they have for this particular person.
I feel you on that, Ashley. And I'm gonna say this, because when we say we don't pay attention to red flags, we pay attention to the red flags because they're red flags when we see it, right? But we are still accept the red flag because the red flag could be giving someone the benefit of the doubt and just continuing on a relationship. Like, all right, I'm willing to overlook this because I'm really down for you. And like you said, they don't really show their true colors until later on, but they always showing their true colors. It's just like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give you a pass because I don't really like that, and we just leave it on the table. I'm gonna come back to that though. We got a message from Tierra again.
Yeah, this message button don't work on my end. But yeah, these women are trifling. I don't know. I just know that better decisions have to be made because these women are looking for a way to live. A child is a paycheck these days. So I think men just need to be more careful about who they put their seed in. But anyway, good morning. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Tierra. We really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Tierra, the love lioness. So I might be saying it wrong, but I really appreciate you commenting on this. We got another message in here from
And
Ashley.
I think that's where we go wrong. If someone does something that's a red flag for you, or someone does something that triggers you, you can't overlook that. You have to be like, all right, look here, we need to sit down, let's talk. You did this, that triggered me. I have a problem with this. This is how we're going to move on. And if they continue to move that way, then you need to cut them loose and stop overlooking things. That's just my opinion.
I totally agree with you on that. And like I said, people cross red flags every day. And if they really into the person, they might just go ahead and go along with it. You know what I mean? Tierra,
Where does the baby making come in at? Why are they?
I think the baby making comes in soon as you know what I mean, like she said, you go past the red flag or the benefit of the doubts, and because guess what? Let's just be honest. In any relationship you get into when you first start out with somebody, y'all gonna get to the point where you're like, you know what? I don't know what this person is on at this point, and y'all already, 10 feet down, five, 10 toes down.
Why are they making babies? Like condoms? Like we shouldn't get to the baby making part.
I agree with
I can't stand this damn button. That's why I don't come on stereo that much.
you.
I'm sorry, I got frustrated. See, that was a red flag. You see how angry I got? But I'm already married. Been married 3 times with a.
Yeah, it's all right. We really appreciate you dropping comments. Juicy, what's going on? Hopefully you got something for us, sweetheart. I appreciate you for tapping in. But the baby making part comes in because people kind of think that we could work through this and we could work it out, or you know or some people just feel the need that they need to be with somebody and they need to have a baby at a certain age, right? And so they might get involved and start dealing with somebody for whatever the reason is, and ain't really looking to the whole person. Ask them going to your message.
Oh, that's because men like to use the excuse of, oh, they don't use condoms. You should trust me. Bullshit. Whatever. Blah blah blah. That's the only reason of that. Why they don't want to. Why they don't use condoms. Or these lovely goofy ass women feel the need to be like, oh, if I give myself to him, then he'll love me more or he'll want me more. So it's a lot of pick me's, a lot of yeah, a lot of pick me energies out there.
So I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, I say, so
Yeah, hey, I mean, that's the world we live in. Marriage today is just like a term of endearment for some women, where they're like, they just want to say they was married, then they want to say they was divorced, and they got somebody better than it's always about having somebody better than your last partner, in my opinion. Tierra.
I quit. I tried to be a part of this. I'm going back to Clubhouse. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
We're gonna bring you to the panel. We're gonna take this message from Juicy. What's up, Juicy?
Oh, I just came in. I don't really know who we're talking about, but I'm just responding to Ashley's message about the condom thing. Yes, it's usually both ends. A man can say that he doesn't really use them, but also some women have told men that they're allergic to condoms and things of that nature. So neither one of them use it. And then also a man will say like his pullout game is strong or whatever the case may be, and that could also cause things to happen. But it's always both ends. I always say it's both ends. It's not just one person. Because, women can carry condoms too if they feel the need to do so, if they know they're going to be having sex, but to each his own. Also, shout out to you. I'm here listening, so it sounds like a good conversation, so I'm here for it.
Appreciate you being here for it, Juicy. Tierra, what I mean, just come to the panel, what I mean, if you can't handle the message button. But we appreciate you. As adults, we know what we getting into when we get into it, right? And we kind of like, what, I'm feeling this person. I really think this person, what I mean, this might could go somewhere. Or you might just be with the person because of their pockets. You know what I mean? That happens too. We got Tierra joining us. Tierra, what's up, baby? What's up?
Yeah, good morning.
What's going
My work, I can't even be part of a talk. I'm like, man.
Yeah,
All
so that's why I told you come to the panel. You know what I mean? We up here, we hear you loud and clear. I appreciate you, love.
right. Yeah, I was saying that about men not using the condom. I always wonder how we get to the baby part. You got a baby by a woman that you don't know too well. You didn't wait long enough to get to know, and then now you in child support court. Come on,
Definitely.
y'all.
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? And we got to remember the fact that we are adults when we're doing this. We're consenting to. So, you know what I mean? If it's consented to and y'all ain't agree on having a baby, we got Juicy coming to the panel too. And y'all have a baby together, then it's like, yo. You know what I mean? I gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Good morning, everyone. I'm
you
sorry.
know,
Good
good
morning.
morning, Juice.
Good
How you
morning,
feel?
Juice.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm here listening to this because yes, I have a lot to say about this. But yeah, I'm here for it. So you guys can go first, and I'll speak when I'm when it's time.
So, like I was just saying, I was just talking about the last comment with the condoms and everything like that. Like, we gotta remember, two consenting adults made a decision, right, to deal with each other. They might not have the baby right then, you know what I mean? And they hooking up on a regular. They seeing each other on a regular. Whatever it is y'all have a relationship.
Hmm.
Have a baby, and yeah, you didn't get to know him well, and she didn't get to know you well, but she feels like you know what? He's a sucker to me. I'm gonna just put him on child support. He could probably be a good dad or potentially be, but I
Hmm.
ain't even gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna just get this bag, find me somebody better than him who's not a cornball or whatever you want to call it. And
Right.
that's what we're dealing with today. You know what I mean?
Right. And I don't, and this is the thing, I don't really agree with how some people handle certain things. I feel like, yes, okay, if you lay down with somebody and first of all, there's options before you even get down to getting pregnant. There's alternatives to prevent you from getting pregnant aside from condoms. People could be on certain birth controls, whatever the case may be. And there's also the morning after pill, just for that as well. But
Yeah,
I feel like some people do certain things on purpose because, say, for instance, if you're talking to someone and certain women find out that a person has a good job or something like that, and some people feel like they want that too. So they're like, I feel like people trap people sometimes. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because they feel like they're gonna get a bag from someone.
yeah,
Um, or it could be some people are bitter that the person doesn't really want to be with them like that. So like it all goes into play. It's really about emotions. I feel like emotions, or people just are emotionless. It's either or. But yeah, I really think that it is a messed up situation. I don't think that you should put someone on child support unless they really don't want to be involved at all and you need some financial help, then okay. But other than that, I feel like you just shouldn't do it just because if a person wants to be a father and have a relationship, give them that chance to do so. Like, I never put my child's father on there, and he does whatever he want to do, and I don't beg him to do what he has to do. I just do what I have to do for me. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, unless you really really need it, I don't really think it's necessary as far as
I,
that.
I, I agree with you, but let's say this too, and I'm talking about the good fathers out there where
Hmm.
it's hard to deny that they're on child support for being neglectful, you know what I mean? Or, they don't care about their child, you know what I mean? Like, so for those fathers out there, man, whoever you are, wherever you are, continue doing what you're doing, man. Them doors are going to open up. You know what I mean? You're going to have more time with your children. And the children know because they see it. They live in it firsthand. Like, well, I can't see my dad and mom telling me.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
barely see dad to really get the whole story. He's just trying to make it work.
Right. Exactly, and that's what I said too. 9 times out of 10, they really want to be in their kids' life. And honestly, I've been seeing a lot more single fathers now than moms. Like moms have just been giving up and don't want to be parents at all. So that's something new that I've been seeing a lot when I've been meeting some of these people. But yeah, I know. I think it's messed up if a person wants to be in a kid's life, and I'm like, you should never stop a child from being with their father because honestly, we need both parents. Like a kid needs a mother and a father, especially. But some people are bitter. They try to stop them from seeing it. They put things in a kid's head. When in all actuality, like if a kid is old enough, once he or she reaches that certain age, they're gonna find out the truth about it, and then I think it's gonna become a problem between the mother and child. But
and and that's why it's not in the best interest of the child when people are behaving toxic like this. Like
right.
even the fathers. His fathers out there doing that to the woman, and it's like, all right, well,
Hmm.
they're gonna eventually. They need to know their mom because we see so many stories, so many movies that are inspired by these stories that we don't try to fix the situation at home. Like knowing that this can cause something for the child to go through in life later on and have an issue towards it, a childhood trauma that grows with them. And it's like, damn, I don't want to be the father labeled as a deadbeat, or I don't do nothing to her, for her. But if I want to see her and I don't have no control over it in the court, so I'm fighting in court, but the way the law set up, they pushing for the fathers not to be there. That's how they make billions of dollars. You know.
Yeah, this is a trick of the enemy. I know everybody don't talk biblical, but yeah. So this is supposed to happen. They don't want the father. The enemy doesn't want the father in the home. So, but I agree with Juicy. Is I try not to take things biblical because I'm a evangelist, so I don't like doing that. But they trap these men, right? I got a friend that they sat down and they learned how they were supposed to put on YouTube how to take the condom wrapper and break the seal on it and put it back, but they take the condom out and put a hole in it and put it back, not stick hole in the wrapping, but take it out and put a hole in it, put it back and seal it back, and they put it back with his condoms. So they actually trapping the men, for real, for
Right.
real.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's a paper.
I gotta agree with Ashley earlier for what she said. The goofies. It's
Right.
the attack of the goofies. It's like, why would you want to do some goofy stuff like that? It's going to be a living human being, right? That's going to grow. It's going to be a part of both of you, and they're going to
Right.
grow up feeling messed up if they knew that's how they were brought up.
Right. But here's the other thing, though. People feel like the more children you have, the more money you get, and the more benefits you get, and that's sad to say. That's how some people see it, because they're like, "Oh, I could get this amount of money on my tax for this kid," and so then some people just start having kids and using them as uh
Yeah,
I guess money. You understand? And then the crazy thing about it is that I always be seeing like people with a bunch of kids, they're all decked out in all the latest fashion or whatever, with all expensive stuff, while they kids over there looking crazy, dirty, like boogers coming out their nose, they all wearing like, you know what I mean? So it's like they just take the money and just it's for themselves, and they're not even using it towards the child, which I also think is something messed up. You sitting here getting this money, child support, whatever you getting from the government, and you're not even applying it to the person that's supposed to be going to. And that's the other thing I feel is messed up about people doing all that stuff. Like it's beneficial for the parent, but not for the child.
not for the
And I
child,
think that's wrong, right? And I think that's wrong.
and that's why they create these agencies. They got child support, they got CPS, because they
Mm-hmm.
the revolving door for all of that, and they got cases, cases,
Exactly.
cases developing every day because of the toxic, because of the goofiness, and it's an ongoing thing, and it's disgusting, man, to know that it's women out there using the good father that they know is good. It's hard to assassinate the character of a real man.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
know what
they
I'm saying?
try every time.
But they're going to continuously try every time, and the courts, the facts are in the pudding. It's like, all right, he goes to court, and it's a proven system that they're going to give the woman, whatever rights, whatever, and she has so much control over it, and she could be making up
Yeah.
a story.
And
So I'm
I'm sorry to cut you off. Also, that well, they made a new law now, but before, once you sign a birth certificate or anything like that, they even if it wasn't your kid, they used to make you pay for it and things like that. But now they have a new thing that every time I think a kid is born, that you have to have a DNA test before you sign the birth certificate now. I think they
mm,
made that law. So at least people know now if that it's their kid before they even have to go through all that other stuff too. But I mean, like I said, all
yeah.
this is crazy.
I mean that's a good thing, but it's good fathers who were out there who signed the birth certificate because they knew the kid was theirs. They didn't need
Right.
the DNA. They like, it was me. I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but some
Yeah,
women are not,
yeah,
yeah,
think
that's
know, but that's not always
y'all
true.
don't know. Y'all don't know.
Mhm.
That's the part. Men
Right.
really truly believe that these are their children because they know they were there. You and who else? Like
Right.
it only took her a few seconds to do what she got to do, and it hurt my feelings. My brother claimed a baby. He's 50. He's 3 years younger than me. He's 51.
Mhm.
Never had a child. All of
mm,
a sudden, this young lady comes up saying she's pregnant. And I told him, I said, boy, I don't mean no harm, but you sterile. You can't have kids. You've been out here 51 years and ain't made a baby yet. I said, now all of a sudden you got a baby. Oh, he was so excited. Little boy was born. Just that. He signed the birth certificate. We know that ain't your baby, boy. Why you keep doing this? She
Mm,
got mad about she got mad about 3 weeks later and told him it wasn't his. And when we saw the father, it was the father, the same chinky eyes, same light skin, looked just like his father. And I said, now you signed the birth certificate,
mm,
so he yours. He is because he signed the birth certificate.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, don't always believe what women say. I'm a woman, right? I've been a woman for 54 years. I'm
Mm.
telling you, women are trifling. Not all women. Not all.
Not all, but majority.
Not all of them. But there are some trifling women.
And
So
and
they
that's
just
what the child support system knows, and that's what all these other systems out here that's being created off of this type of behavior. And we in a revolving door right now. In relationships, you could get this or you could get that. How you want it served to you. I quit though. I just said that earlier. You know what I mean? I said, you know what? I'm just talking for the good fathers today because I know a few of them, man. And I'm like, it's a hard road, bro. Just keep fighting, man. That's all you could do at this point. It's for the kids. Keep fighting. It's for the kids. You know what I mean? You can't even you can't worry about nobody else at this point. It's like, look, I do for my kids, man. I don't even worry about me. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't gonna worry about me. Y'all put me on child support and I could go to jail because I'm late on payments. Y'all could take my money, my house and my car. You know what I mean? And I could have nothing, but I'ma still owe some damn child support.
Right.
I love and for the brothers out there that got like 12 kids, and you love each and every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You've been on your job 20 years and you making, bare minimum, you know what I mean, trying to live yourself. And they asking why you ain't picking up each and every one of them. You like, well, you don't even let me hold the car at this point since you taking everything. I try to put a funny in there, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm not really hilarious. But
That's
I'm
okay.
just saying, it's a long road. It's a long road for those brothers, man. If you at work right now and you listening to us, you know what I mean, man. We just wanted to give y'all, some recognition and know that you know what I mean. It's hard. We know that it's hard, and we want y'all to keep fighting. You know what I mean, myself included, man. I'm fighting for everybody too, man. And for people who just now tapping in, um, I really appreciate y'all, tapping in and listening. If you ain't get to hear the whole thing that we were talking about, just kind of, take a little sneak peek and play back.